Why would Louis Vuitton put out a $3,000 sandwich bag, brown paper bag cosplay? Because no one can afford food, duh. But in all seriousness, as food prices rise, it becomes more and more of a luxury category. And we're seeing this with food itself and the displaying of food, which I talked about in part one. But it's also all the adjacent products to food. So here we're seeing lunch bags. We also saw Balenciaga and cosplaying grocery shopping, and how their runway was basically these really rich celebrities going to the grocery store at Erewhon, and they had their Balenciaga Erewhon grocery bag. All of these sort of like mundane grocery store food things that we think like, oh, that's not luxury, is shifting into a luxury category and being seen on all these runways and in luxury advertising, because food is now so expensive that it basically is a luxury category, because the most people can't really afford it or are really stretching to make it work, or get anxiety going to the grocery store because it's so expensive and there's a set budget. So instead they're cosplaying like, oh, I'm not just going to the grocery store. It's now a high fashion runway walk to the grocery store, decked out in my apparel with my, luxury high fashion merchandise that I use to carry my goods, because it's a joke to me because I'm rich. We're going to see this play out more and more and more in luxury fashion houses, in how people position food, whether it's in ad campaigns, whether it's, weddings that just have food on display, because all of these are signals of wealth. People who don't have $3,000 to spare are not buying this brown paper bag. It's cosplaying poor. We saw Marie Antoinette do it when she set up her little farmhouse in like Versailles or whatever. We've obviously seen this before, and it seems so small. Like, I know people are gonna be like, oh my God, you're making so much out of nothing. But putting out a $3,000 imitation of a brown paper bag, when people who actually use brown paper bags could never, is insane to me in this economy. And they know what they're doing. I'm sorry. I know people want to be like, oh, like, it's cute. Maybe not. Like, you know what the room is looking like. You know that 1 in 10 people use food banks right now. Putting out a $3,000 imitation brown paper bag is wild.